Hello and welcome to Gardening Naturally with Green Fingertips. My name is Josie Rainbird and I'm your natural gardening coach. Today we are talking about how to grow your garden for free. So if that interests you, keep on watching. So starting your garden or maintaining and growing an established garden can be a costly adventure, but totally worth every penny in my opinion. But there are many ways that you can actually grow and support your garden for free. And today I have five ways for you to get started this spring. One of the really simple and sort of easiest ways, if you like, for growing your garden for free is by saving seeds. So the plants that you've got growing in your garden now, a really good way of propagating and growing more of them by saving the seed heads, storing them in a cool, dry place over winter, and they're ready to sow then in the spring. And that's a really effective way of growing these plants again for free. Taking cuttings, how you stand at the moment with your garden, but if you're starting from scratch, speak to friends and family, speak to, if you're members of any gardening clubs, ask them if they're willing to take cuttings for you. Cuttings are an incredibly easy and cheap way to propagate plants, and they are definitely a good way to grow your garden for free. This is my favourite. It's a really good way to meet new gardening friends as well. So plant swaps, and car boot sales to be fair as well, but plant swaps are an incredibly good way to get plants, get seeds, get cuttings, and to grow your garden for free. Social media is a very good place to find a plant swap or two. You can swap plants that you've got an abundance of. You've got many different seeds that you don't need all of them. You can swap with people. So it's a good exchange of plants. It's how the world should work. Growing from scraps. So this can be a bit hit and miss sometimes, but generally speaking, I've had quite a lot of success at growing from scraps. So not every vegetable you can grow from scraps, but there is a fair few that you can grow. Celery is a very good one to start with. When you've got the plant, if you cut the base off and then you've got the usable bits that you want to eat, you don't eat the base. So you cut the base off and then put the rest in the fridge and then put the base in water. I put little cocktail sticks through so it kind of just sits above the water, just touching the water, and then that will root, which is very good, very fast as well. They root quite quickly. So that base will then root and then you can plant it outside. So you can root a nice piece of celery and then plant it out, and then that plant's going to be producing your celery all year. You can also do this method with lettuce as well. Little gems are quite effective at doing this. So you're looking for plants that have got that go down to like a root, if you like. So it doesn't work so effectively with iceberg lettuce and things like that, but anything like a little gem or romaine, anything like that, that sort of lettuce, they work very well. So again, you cut the base off, use the leaves that you're going to use, cut the base off, sit it in water to let it root, and then you can, once it starts to root and you've got a good root system appearing, you can plant it outside. You're going to keep growing, it's going to keep going, and you can keep cutting it. So you can also use this method as well with spring onions. So again, the root and the base, and it then produces new leaves. You can just trim the leaves off as you go, and you can use those in your cooking. So it's a very effective way to grow your garden for free. Recycling plastic containers and pots. Recycling things like food containers that are like, if you like, the mushroom tubs or the plastic containers that chicken comes in, things like that. I also recycle egg boxes as well. So I use the cardboard egg boxes for seed trays and they decompose. I cut the egg sections out and use those as like a little plug. So I do that. But I also use the plastic containers as either like grit trays, watering trays for pots in the greenhouse. So I do that as well. Or I use them, I put holes in them and I use them as a seed tray. They're the shallower ones. So by recycling these means you don't have to go out and buy them, which is really good because you've already bought the thing that they came in. You've already used them. So you've got what you paid for out of it. And then if you use the tray for something else that you would normally have had to buy a tray or buy a flower pot for, then all the better. So recycling containers is an incredibly good way to grow your garden for free, even if it's just to start your plants off in life. So recycling. Now, to lead on from recycling, I have got a very good video for you, which I will leave right here for you, all about how to make your own compost. So the best methods to making compost and how homemade compost can actually benefit your garden more than you realise. So click this link here and this one will be the playlist for the cuttings. So click this one here as well if you want to learn more about taking cuttings. So I'll leave that decision in your hands and I will see you next time on Gardening Naturally with Green Fingertips. See you later.